just before going on air, breaking news, and it's Nancy Pelosi opening the door, surprise, surprise, who is disagreeing with Chuck Schumer because she wants to see this ultimately get to a conference so that there is legislation done.
Speaker Pelosi just moments ago said we'd like to end up in conference. That means a conference committee between a House bill and a Senate bill. That's how Congress is supposed to work. Jordan, that's a very different tone than we heard from Leader Schumer, who didn't even want to proceed to the Tim Scott bill. But Jordan, I will tell you, and I don't say this very often, Speaker Pelosi is correct here, because if you look at the House bill and you look at the Senate bill, Jordan, there is a lot of overlap. How do you end up in conference? You have to pass a bill out of the Senate. How do you pass a bill out of the Senate? You have to debate it, and that will be the very first vote that the Senate has.
We have put together a list of Democrats. Stan and his government affairs team, his expertise in this, has put together a list of Democrats for you to contact, and they're all listed on the blog that we just posted called The Senate Can't Stay Silent. It is time to debate the Justice Act. That's right at aclj.org.
There are only 53 Republicans, so 7 Democrats have to decide that they are willing to have this debate. It does not obligate them to support the bill, Jordan. It just says this is an issue that is serious enough at this moment in our history that they are willing to debate these reforms.
We have listed for you targeted Senate Democrats, and I'm going to go through the names. By the way, on the blog, we have who the senator is, their name, what state they represent, and the phone number to their actual Senate office. Senator Cory Booker, Senator Chris Coons, Senator Kamala Harris, Senator Doug Jones, Senator Jeanne Shaheen.
Cory Booker, you might think that's a little bit of a surprise. Well, I would tell you his name is important for 2 reasons. 1, he's up for re-election. 2, Jordan, he has been very vocal about this issue, and several of the proposals that are in this piece of legislation are things that he has specifically and repeatedly called on the United States Senate to do. Kamala Harris is on this list as well. She's not up for re-election, but Jordan, she just finished trying to get the Democrat nomination by running on these matters. She has a history as a prosecutor, so she knows both sides of this, but many of the reforms in this piece of legislation are specific things that she has been critical of the United States Senate for not acting on. For both Cory Booker and Kamala Harris, not people that you would normally expect to partner with Republicans, Jordan, again, it's an opportunity to put action behind their words.
So Senator Bob Casey, Senator Tim Kaine of Virginia, Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, Jackie Rosen in Nevada, Bernie Sanders in Vermont, Kristen Sinema in Arizona, John Tester in Montana, and interesting enough, Elizabeth Warren.
Those are the 2 that are probably going to surprise people, Jordan, and I would give you essentially the same answer for the both of them. While they typically do not work across party lines, they have just come off a presidential campaign trail where you heard time and time again about the need for equal justice. You heard about the income disparity. You heard about double standards of justice for people of different races. Again, Jordan, my question to Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren was that campaign rhetoric, or will you use your position as a United States Senator to actually accomplish the ideals that you told voters you were all about? Look, on some of these issues, they're going to come up with policies, proposals that are very, very different than Senate Republicans. This is not that situation, Jordan. This is a situation where Tim Scott has put forward a bill that has significant amounts of overlap. That's all we're asking for. Begin the debate. And then you can make up your mind at the end after the amendment process whether or not it's a package that you can support.